What's up guys, your boy Ash, but you agree on usual have two videos. So today we're just going to be ranking all the new Genkais and everything and updating the Genkai tier list that I made a while back. If you want to use that as a reference point from what I thought back then and what I think now, I will put the link of that in the description down below. One thing before the video starts, we are trying to reach 5,000 subscribers before the end of the month. So I would greatly appreciate if you guys could, hit that subscribe button. But anyways, let's get into it. Hope you enjoy. Alright, first up is Adrite Wood. I will also, before I even start, the first one's Adrite Wood and all that, but I will be including all the Genkais from CC2, meaning like the Hokage specs, since they are coming to, the game officially in winter time, I believe he said. He said that he'll be adding all the Kage specs during, winter, since they will probably have more Genkais than just those ones, so yeah. So Adrite Wood is S+. All the Kage specs would be S+. Because they're all pretty busted in my opinion and all that. Adrite Wood is literally a stun maniac type of Genkai. The only reason I'm saying this is because the first move, it literally stuns if one hits, all of them hit. The second move, which is the Blossom move, which is the Flower Blossom move, it pretty much it has like 3 woods coming at you, if not more. Again, busted. Then you have the third move. The third move, which is the trees. I'm pretty sure those stun you too for and they all do good amount of damage, not like regular Sentry wood, which I would normally do like A+, maybe S-, but yeah. Next up we have Akamichi. Akamichi is a very nice clan, doing good amount of damage and everything. The mode, the stats on the mode is pretty nice also. I will put it at S- for now because there are some things that I can't do without, but it's definitely S- with S rank potential. There are things that are able to change. Next we have Black Lightning. Black Lightning is a pretty good Genkai also, but I will put it at S- because of one thing, being that your combos are mostly the hand signs are pretty nasty about it and everything. Not just that, the cooldowns are disgusting. 20, you have the first move alone, it's a 20-second plus, and with the last move being 30 something seconds, and it's a 40-second tick and everything. Again, it's not a bad mode, a bad Genkai at all. It's pretty good. It's just that overall, compared to other Z modes, if you look at it, and just in terms of combo abilities. But the one thing that I will say that's pretty nice about it is that when you do start your combos up, you can sort of stun them for quite a while, since the first move, the third move, and the third move can all be comboed into each other. But if you use the first move first, they won't be stunned long enough and all that to get your hand signs off. So that's the only downside I would say, about it. Next up we have Boyle. Boyle is pretty much a C clan. I mean Genkai, not clan. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just there. It's not a bad thing to, have and everything. But I wouldn't say that it's, overly busted to the point where I can't, use other things and all that. Next up we have Yakugan. Yakugan is S-. Only reason I'm saying it, normally I would put it at S, but looking at overall, ability, Byakugan, it's good in the aspect that it has instant cast, but it's just that it's not that great for combos, since unless and the damage isn't really there with regular Byakugan. Yeah, the first move, if out of all the Byakugan moves, also the first move is the best one. I guess the second move also, since it does give you iframes. But overall, it's still an S tier clan, but it's S- in my opinion. Clay is easily S tier, doing high amount of damage, and the mode capable to do over 10k something with mode, and it has a decent tracking on it. Definitely an S tier Genkai. Next up we have Crystal. Crystal, again, a C clan. Not much I can say about it. They tried fixing it by removing the stun from the puddle, I'm pretty sure. But even then, like, and then like they added 1 second stun to the last move. The first move is kind of useless considering like it doesn't have like track like a goaded tracking on it or even like a proper tracking, I believe. So it's really not that great of a Genkai. I guess like if you have something like the Kunai Blade, but even then, like for by the time that what's it called, you use the first move, the hand signs are over, and what's it called, the animation is still running. Someone will probably get out of the stun. Next we have, I'm pretty sure this is Dust style. Yeah, this is Dust. Dust is not a bad Genkai, but I would put it above anything over B plus because of the fact that the second move, it being a beam, is kind of useless. The third move is not a bad stun, doing 20k damage depending on your stats, but it's just the first move is probably the only good move that I really like out of the entirety of Dust. That being the Atomic Dismantling Array, I believe it's called. Again, it's not a bad Genkai. I just wouldn't put it above in B plus. It's still like a pretty decent one. Next up, we have Explosion. Explosion is really not that bad of a Genkai. I will be putting it at B with B plus potential. This alone, it's good for combos in the idea that it gives you more maneuverability than the first Boil move, with that one only bringing you in one direction. You can aim where the first move goes for Explosion, and the second move not being that bad. I'm pretty sure the Explosion Fist, and the third move being what's it called? The landmines, like the AOE landmines. Not really AOE since like it's sort of close combat, but since it does target multiple people at the same time, I will say it's an AOE. Next up, we have the God Namikaze. The God Namikaze is another great Genkai, with it being at S plus. I'm pretty sure this is like it's either number 1 or number 2 on the list, but I feel like it's number 2 because again, Shisui just got added. In my opinion, Shisui is probably better than God Namikaze. But then again, if we're looking at it, God Namikaze, well, I just call it God Namikaze because it's pretty much goated, probably the best Genkai in the game. I say that because it has auto dodge like Itachi and then 2 Namikaze moves. The Namikaze moves being really good and everything. But like, what's it called? The only downside I would say is that like the third Namikaze move, what's it called? No, actually, I wouldn't say downside. The third Namikaze move, the time stop for the God Namikaze doesn't stop any jutsus, meaning like you can do more combos inside of it, I guess, and all that. So it's definitely like S plus. Then we have Golden Byakugan. It's literally leagues above the Byakugan, with what's it called? The range being a little bit bigger, the damage being amazing, and then what's it called? The first move being able to hit over like 10k, I believe, with per hit, and it hits about like 6 times, and while pushing you away from your opponent, giving them time to heal up and everything. So again, goated. Next we have Gold Sand. Gold Sand's not that bad of a Genkai, but it's C plus at best. Again, the Storm's not that bad, but if I was to compare it to anything, I would say that I would put it at B plus, B, not even B at most. Well, no, it's not C. Well, it's B because again, like the first move's not that bad. Then it has that stunning, sand tsunami type move that it has, and then next it has the what's it called? It has the Storm, but again, you have Samyada, which is a way better version of the Storm, and gives you another Genkai slot open. The only reason I'm putting it at B is because there is a better counterpart to this, which is the Q spec on Samyada and it being able to take your chakra. So yeah, that's the only reason. Next we have Hoshigaki. Hoshigaki is easily S minus. It's still an S tier clan. I don't know why anyone would put this under S, because again, like the Whirlpool does well. To be fair, Hoshigaki, because I know that with speed, Hoshigaki is kind of useless. Because like you can, unless like they combo you first and like pop it out, but with speed you're pretty much able to counter this. So that's why I'm putting it at A plus for now with S rank potential. Hoshigaki's Whirlpool probably has one of the longest stuns currently in game, but besides that, I don't think. And then what's it called? The Water Sharks having being one of the greatest reaching moves in the game is also really good and all that. Good for traveling, good for sniping people. So it's really not a bad clan. It's really good. I just think that because of since like if you have anything that's has speed, meaning like since pretty much I'm pretty sure everyone has like a Bijou mode or well, not Bijou mode, like a Tail Beast mode and everything, you would be able to easily counter this. Next we have the regular Ice Genkai. The Ice Genkai is easily B tier, doing a good amount of damage and everything. It does good amount of damage, has some pretty nice stuns, and overall is really a good what's it called Genkai to have. I wouldn't mind using this if I had like if I was only doing like clan. I mean, elemental Genkai is really not that bad for an elemental Genkai. Definitely better than both Boil and Crystal for sure. Next we have Inuzuka, and Inuzuka is easily S with S plus potential. I know that I'm pretty sure there's a combo they can easily do like for 200 over 200k just off Inuzuka alone. The only bad thing about Inuzuka is that it has some short delays, but besides that, it's really goaded. But yeah, like it's pretty much a go to clan. Shisui Sharingan S plus, no questions about it. It has such great abilities considering that what's it called? You literally can counter pretty much everything currently in game. The first move gives you a free auto dodge, also allowing you to do damage. And like the first move, unlike most auto dodges, the only auto dodge I can think that really allows you to do damage is the Itachi one. But this one's a way better version of that. Way better, way better. And then what's it called? The second move literally allows you to get free combos in as long as the person attacks you. The third move is an AoE that targets multiple people, well, up to 5 people at once, but still doing good amount of damage. I'm pretty sure like with Kage stats, which is 6k and everything, so S3, you're able to do over 14k per hit, and it hits like 4 or 5 times. And then the C, which just alters reality again, goated Genkai. Next, we have Iron Sand. Iron Sand is S minus with S rank potential. I think it has one fatal flaw, being that it hinders your vision for some of it. But without that, Iron Sand is a pretty solid Genkai. It has such the way it works is that each of the regular M1s, once you have the mode, obviously, once you have the modes, actually it's S because with it, right? Well, no, it's S minus. Because again, if it hinders your vision, you can't really do much. But if someone gets you in a combo with Iron Sand, your health will drop. The regular M1s already do like 14k, but they can Loki infinite stun you just off like the moves alone. Just off the hands alone, they can Loki infinite stun you. Unless you are someone with something like Lightning Cloak, Tail Beast mode, or anything like that, or anything with an X teleport, really, you can't exactly escape it. But if it was like the Sharingans, and the fact that the Iron Sands only appeared when what's it called? When you did your M1s, it would easily be S, but since it doesn't and it blocks your visions, which kind of puts you at a disadvantage, I think it's S minus. Next up, we have what's it called? Itachi's Mangekyo. Itachi's Mangekyo is easily, it's easily S again. I don't think that that will change anytime soon unless they nerf it. It's still pretty good Genkai and everything, so I don't think that much will change about that. But I will say this now: Shisui's Sharingan outclasses it every single way, whether it be in Genkai or damage. Whether it be utility, damage wise, it's just a way better Genkai overall, and it's more brain dead than Itachi and everything. So there's that. Next up is Joshie. Joshie is easily S tier. It can, well, to be fair, I'm not even gonna cap. Joshie is easily S plus because of the infinite combos that you're able to create. I think it has a lot of combat potential and a lot of support potential also. It can render any move useless if you time the first move properly. So if you have great combat IQ, Joshie is really a great Genkai to have, especially the first move, because again, like if someone's trying to use their Bijou, bomb on you, just time when it's about to hit you, time the move perfectly, you can easily just negate everything and do a good amount of damage. Next up, we have Kaguya. Kaguya is not that bad of a clan. I still think it's A though, but because of what's it called, most of its combos require it to use the third move, and the third move being such a great has such a nasty auto track. But besides that, it's really not that bad and everything. So I definitely think that it's definitely A. Kamizuru is definitely A plus. I think that it's pretty busted because with Kamizuru you can do so much more. The moves themselves got upgraded, which is a great, a good thing to it. And then what's it called? Once you do your Z mode, and then you summon the B and you hit them once, So imagine if you stun them prior with like, Kunai Blade, and then you do your Z mode, like you're doing 14k and they can't get out because of the stun that's there. So easily comboable, and it's just a good Genkai overall, and the stat increase really are not that bad. Next, we have Shinoike. Shinoike is an S minus clan. Two out of three of the Shinoike moves are pretty useless in my opinion. That being the Blood Dragons and the Genjutsu. The Genjutsu isn't as good as the Uchiha Genjutsu since the person can still move. So if you somehow use it like close range and you don't have access, there's that like one low delay for your M1s, you might not be able to like attack them properly and all that. So that's a bad side to the Genjutsu, and also it's on global cooldown. Then the third move, Blood Dragons, considering that each of the dragons knock back, meaning that not all of them will hit you, but at most like 2 or 3 might hit you if you're lucky. And the Tracheon is, for some reason, like the long range, it's not a bad sniping one, but close range is just utterly useless for some odd reason. I don't know why. But the first move, it's still an S minus clan, well, an S tier clan, because the mode carries it. Like that AoE Genjutsu gives you the ability to do so many combos in the first move. Blood Burst is such a good move to have. Definitely recommend using it and all that. Next we have Lava. So Lava is not a bad Genkai, but I wouldn't put it anything above C+, because the first move is low-key useless, the second move is low-key useless, and the third move is being the only one that's really useful in anything. But even then, there are better stunning, floor moves, like, Storm and all that. And the first move being, the little lava breath thing that it has, again, really not that good. Next, we have this, pillars that come out, again, not that good. Again, the only move that it has is the third one. It's still, like, if you do hit it, it's not a bad Genkai to have, but, like, again, it's pretty hard to use. So I'll put it at C plus or not. If anything, it's like C, in my opinion, not really C plus. Next, we have Mud. Mud is easily an A tier Genkai for sure. It has so many possibilities about it. So many things you can do with it, and like Mud is just really good. Well, to be fair, Mud is like B plus with A rank potential, to be fair. So it's like you can sort of infinite stun with it, especially like the mudslide being such a great move. Once you get caught in it, you'll stumble and then like they can just roll over you and damage you for as long as they want, to be honest. So really not that bad. Next we have Namikaze. Namikaze, in my opinion, is still it's still an S clan, but it's S minus for now. Namikaze is still a pretty good clan, having high risk. What's it called? High reward, barely any risk. Especially with the first and second move, and then the third move that has the ability to stop everything inside the bubble. Even though if you're smart enough, you can block it, but that's pretty much with everything. What's it called? I'm pretty sure the second Namikaze move block breaks you. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure it has the ability to block break you, so be careful about that. But overall, and then the Z move is really a good move to have. Overall, Namikaze's Greek clan, it sure deserves its S rank ranking. I'm not pretty sure that it can contend with, the things above and all that. But yeah. Next up, we have Nara. Nara's really not that bad of, a clan, especially since it got a mode. But, what's it called? And, in 1v1s, Nara is really goated. I definitely think that's an A tier clan, right? With the possibility of going to A plus. But besides that, Nara is really not that bad for PvP, like in 1v1 situations, with the ability, you can, especially since you have sub-jutsus that can do, the damaging portions that your Genkai would normally do. But it's a very good stun clan, and I definitely would recommend, using it. I really wouldn't mind using it myself. Next, we have Obito Sharingan. It's S rank with S plus rank potential. The combos that it can start, and don't get me started in the intangibility with, it has no hand signs. And imagine if you pull up on someone and you just look at them and you control them, especially with max stamina. I'm pretty sure I think you can do around you can stay in that for 17 to 19 seconds. Yeah, sure, you can't really you can't charge chakra and all that, but think about it, right? Since the amount of the amount of things in the game that don't really require hand signs that you can use, it's pretty much a licensing move. And then the fact that the first two moves, even they do damage, and once you suck them inside that dimension, they get stunned after. You're telling me that's not busted? Again, it's an S rank Genkais for now, but again, you forget that it's also Sharingan, meaning it has a Susanoo, and that is just busted, in my opinion. And then if someone tries running away, you can just literally go into Kamui Dimension. The fact it doesn't take chakra, and only takes stamina. Like, it's just busted, bro. Just it's S rank with S plus rank potential. Next up, we have Paper. Paper is easily S, in my opinion. It has great combat ability and great support ability. It's literally the second move is so busted. Like, so you're telling me it has a stun and it's you can use it every 4 seconds. Yeah, sure. Once all the shurikens are off, you can what's it called? You get a little bit of a longer cooldown, but think about it. So that means you have a 4 second cooldown for each shuriken, and you have 5 of them. That's busted. There's not you can't tell me that's not busted. Genkai, the what's it called? The paper birds do a lot of damage. The third move does a lot of damage too, stunning the person in place. Again, not a bad move. Uh, Renagon again, still S tier in my opinion. Sure, it's not like as goaded as like the some of the new S tiers and the S plus tiers. It's still not a bad Genkai. It's still a concrete one. I don't mind using this at all. I think it still has a lot of potential. I know that one thing people do, especially Nano, he does a Uzumaki and what's it called, Renagon. But again, all these clans are good by themselves and don't really need support from other Genkais or clans and everything. Next we have Sand. Sand is really not that bad of Genkai. I'll put it at B plus for now. The only reason I would ever put it above B plus is because of the third move giving you the ability to go up in the air, and since like the stamina drain on it is not even that good, you can pretty much infinite fly since you're by the time that your stamina goes down, it regens back up pretty fast. Overall, it's not that bad of a plan. It's B plus with A rank potential depending on how you use it. Saratobi with its new buffs is definitely A plus, no questions about it. The damage output on it is disgusting, and like the fact that people still sleep on it is kind of disturbing. It's A plus with definitely S rank potential, with a few things that I think that kind of don't make it S rank. The one being that what's it called, the weapon. I mean the Q is really not that bad, but since the Z move is just summoning a monkey against it's a summon, doesn't really like help you damage wise. Yeah, like if someone's smart enough, they can kill the monkey very fast with taking minimal damage and like without giving you the chance to really do your combo on them. But again, like it's not a bad move since like the monkey is on crack and teleports to you if you're in range and all that, and does taijutsu moves. But again, it's not that bad of a Genkai. Next up, we have Scorch. I almost said Lava. Scorch easily A rank is the first move. It literally gives you so many openings for combos. And it's a defensive move. That's what makes it even worse. And even with the new, what's it called, quote unquote nerf that it got, it's still a busted Genkai in the aspect that you are able to do so much with it. Like if someone comes up to you and like tries to demon sub to you, they will literally stop because they will get hurt because it does like over 10k damage per ball, and they will get stunned. So you can easily do your combo, which I think most of these people that use Scorch, if they didn't have Scorch, they're pretty bad at the game. But again, Scorch carries. Next we have Sentry Wood. Sentry Wood's not that bad of a Genkai. It's still like A plus, and since again it's a utility clan, mostly more than damaging clan. I'll put it at A plus. Well, to be fair, it's like A with A plus potential, but I'll put it at A plus for now so people don't come for me. But I don't think that Sentry was really that useful. Again, comparing arena characters to the Genkai itself, not that good because again you have examples like Kimimaru. Kimimaru can't automatically use when Kimimaru uses the combo breaker, it doesn't have the spinny thing. It has the little the Q move that it normally has when you have the mode for Kaguya. So again, I think that arena characters are sometimes a bad representation of the Genkai itself. Since again, you are limited in what you can do with it, and it doesn't fully represent the full power and uses of the Genkai itself. So I will put Sentry Wood at A plus right now. Next, we easily have Sharingan. Sharingan's S. No question about it, no doubt about it. It has so many combos that you can create, and it has the best Genjutsu in the game. No questions about it. Yeah, the Itachi Genjutsu is not bad, but the Sharingan one's better. Especially if you're just like doing 1v1s. Most people won't allow you to use the Itachi Sharingan Genjutsu since it has a chance to break. If it didn't, then the Itachi Sharingan would be better. But besides that, it's really a good clan. Right now, I will be putting Sharingan at C because Sharingan 8 is currently broken, meaning like some of the moves don't even work properly and all that. So that is currently a bug in game. I don't know when they will fix it, but if they do fix it, Sharingan is usually A, if not A plus on the ranking. But for now, it's C, since we are talking about the current state of the game. Yotsuki, not a lot of people use it. It's still a complete Genkai, definitely A plus in my opinion. You can still do a lot of stuff with it. You can infinite stun with it. I think people low-key sleep on this Genkai without realizing how good it is. Like, I know that there are better choices, which, like, anything S in the S category is more better than, any of these, like, A plus and under, except for maybe, like, a few. But besides that, Yotsuki is a very good Genkai to have. You can infinite stun with it and do a lot of damage, and henceforth. Next up, we have Uzumaki. Whew. Uzumaki. Originally, it would like be an S, if not A plus, but since it got new buff and a third mode, well, second mode, my bad, not third mode. Yeah, third mode. It's S, with especially considering that like you can sort of infinite stun with it. You can do a lot of damage, and what's it called? It's just an overall good clan to have. I don't really think that I would change anything about the current state of Uzumaki. I think it might be a little bit too busted. But besides that, it's a good clan to have. Well, Genkai. And I call it clan because it is like Uzumaki clan, so I call them clan and Genkais separately and all that. Next, we have White Lightning, which is a Kage spec in story mode. S plus, it has, high damaging moves. It's a combination of storm release, Black Lightning, and Namikaze. The first move being the Namikaze time jump and everything. Again, not a bad move, does good amount of damage, high reward, low risk. Next, we have the Twin Panthers. It's a good AoE. Does like 14k with 4,000. It does 14k twice and then 4,000 twice. So that's like around like 30k ish, I believe. Then we have the third move, which is the Laser Circuit. If you don't hit it properly, then you regret using it since it does like keep you in place. But if you do hit it, it does like a good amount. I'm pretty sure it does like around 70k, if not more, depending on your stats. Again, you'll get all these Kage spec Genkais will be added like around winter time, so like December. So you can be looking forward to that. Next we have Wood. Wood is easily C plus at best. And that's like if you're like a god at using, wood style. The first move is completely useless. I would not use it. And if it was just off that, I would definitely put it at C, if not even D, but it's still not a bad Genkai to have. I still think it's definitely better than Boil, Crystal, and Lava. The first move might be a little bit wonky. The second move has a good stun, gives you great, chances for comboing and stuff. And then the third move, which has a way better multi-strike than, Sentry would and all that, so really not that bad of a Genkai. Next, we have Yuki. Yuki with the addition of the mode, meaning like it's not like useless by itself anymore. Really not that bad. I think that it's still like B, if not B plus. It's like B with B plus potential. Even with the addition of the mode, it's not that great anymore and everything. It's still like I think that each of these are good in their own way, and that they have the ability to be something that people aren't seeing at the current time. But once it gets to C mode, Yuki will probably shoot up all the way to an A. But right now, since it only has a placeholder mode, I think that's B with B plus potential. Anyways, guys, that was my tier list. If you guys agree with me, let me know down to the comment section down below. Even if you disagree with me, you can tell me what you think should change. You can tell me in the comment section down below. And I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time.